The physics of the 3D physical realm governs the world of form and is by far the most dense, the least malleable, and therefore the slowest and last to change. Unfortunately, this incremental process is what it means to bring our bodies with us through our ascension into 5D. Granted, physical death may be the faster route, but it's not the one we signed up for. We're on the slow train to heaven and with lots of local stops. I know I say this often, but there is a lot of misconception about what is physically taking place within our bodies and what we should expect. This evolutionary process that we call ascension is a very biological one, which is why I continually draw the focus to our physical bodies in these updates. The Pleiadians add that these misconceptions are perpetuated by those who think that ascension is merely a spiritual quest, which is not only inaccurate, it's barely scratching the surface of what's actually entailed to truly morph our flesh into Christed beings. Because we feel unwell does not mean that we failed at our ascension, it means that we are mutating, kicking up emotional and cellular debris, dropping density, and become more refined. Again, a process. It's all leading somewhere. The destination is embodied love, but we don't just wake up this way one day on the other side of a Stargate portal. We EOS into it. The Stargates are ongoing and consecutive for a reason. Each one opens us up to the potential to take the next, deeper step into love. How could it be any other way? For those finding it a challenge to surrender to the embodiment process, my recent Pleiadian guided handbook, From Suffering to Spiritual Ecstasy, Simple Integration Techniques for Sacred Embodiment, will be available until 2012 as a donation-based offering and can be acquired through PayPal. Here there is a period of global restructuring up ahead, one that will require some patience, but as each of you step into position as new Earth Guardians, these changes will speed up and gather momentum around the planet. For this reason, it is vital now that those who are being called to planetary missions of service step up and say yes to those opportunities that arise, for these are opening the doors to reunite with your resonant soul families. It is your soul family that carries the group resonance of a new humanity, and the time is now to join forces, to co-create your long-held visions of heaven on earth. Seven Sisters Radiance of Love. There is a new understanding that is permeating your sphere with regard to love, and this new understanding is the basis for all of life on the new earth to grow, to flourish. Seven Sisters, as we embody the full radiance of love, we are, in fact, adapting to the biological changes required for ascended mastery. The sisters have shared with me that one of the most impacting, life-altering changes initiated through the 1111 is that our individual cells, which make up our entire human body, are beginning to take on the resonance of the 528 Hz, one of the 6 core frequencies of creation, that of universal love and miracles. This radiance can be experienced in the body as a sensation-based bliss, more like waves of love ecstasy that undulate through the cells, releasing endorphins to create a heightened sensation of being alive where everything around us, including the air we breathe, is charged with love. This love energy is a subtle, but vital intelligence that permeates everything to the point where the world just feels better and seems more, well, colorful. This may sound trippy, and honestly, it does feel to me like a very mild version of the street drug ecstasy, namely called the love drug, but sans the panicky paranoia side effects that can accompany any psychoactive artificial high. I now understand this feeling to be the transference process that the Pleiadian High Council referred to in the last update, which they define as the transfer of source intelligence, the frequency of love, to our cells, of feeling that is ultimately generated from the high heart center. According to the PHC, this is this feeling sensation that is actually transforming the body into light. Your biology will take on this resonance in waves that will permeate every cell of your bodies. This is what is meant by the term rapture. This process results in a full body release from density. 7 Sisters, we are not all able to uphold or sustain this frequency full-time yet, but some are close. Right now it is difficult to tap into these subtle sensations since we are undergoing such deep cellular restructuring, but overall the unseen say that the amount of time it takes for each of us to settle into our new biology and maintain the 528 Hz vibration of love in our bodies varies for each individual and is contingent on numerous elements including soul path, the timing of incarnation, genetic karmic clearing, cell damage and planetary missions of service. In other words, the process is perfect for each of us. The sisters also make it clear to me that this love quotient, the 528 Hz that is taking up residence in our physical bodies, is also very present in our dwelling spaces, our homes, our workplaces, our communities and in our connections with others. This resonance is a palpable force of energy that others feel, see and appreciate as a sense of home now. You are beginning to be seen in all your glory as the radiance of divine love emanates from your heart core. 7 Sisters, this radiance of love, and the path of the high heart that will lead the way for us and humanity, is also showing up in how we are suddenly able to express ourselves as bearers of truth and that it is becoming nearly impossible to dim our lights, to hold back our inner knowing, or anything that highlights an authenticity or provides a guiding light for others. The truth is coming out so strongly now that it can appear to be ruthless, but this only happens where ruthless is required and sometimes it just is. I have never been one to mince words, so for me personally, this new level of truth-telling has been really hard to tame. What I noticed through many failed attempts is that we can apply our spiritual mastery and utilize the art of compassion by doing our best to beautify, or soften the truth and deliver it with love, but the truth is that some truth is just not soft or beautiful or graceful even when it is delivered with love. No matter, time to tell the truth anyway. The good news is that in the past, we may have shuddered at the venomous backlash of holding a mirror up to others, but somehow, it's not so scary anymore. And besides, holding back the truth is starting to feel way worse than any stink I ever could. To this we say, the time is now to unwaveringly speak your truth, to flow with your cultivated wisdoms and to allow others in to see the glimmer of hope for a new way. 7 Sisters, the front runners of new humanity are about to come out into the open to provide a path of choice for those who are ready and willing to embrace the radiance of love. Not in the sense that we will have to summon these souls, propagate our knowledge or convince anyone of our truth, but that we will have the gift of home, of fulfillment, of purpose, of joy, of creative passion, of love to share with all those who are ready to receive it. From our perspective, many changes will be in place by the next new moon so that you will be in a position of greater clarity and preparedness for the immensely anticipated year of 2012. 7 Sisters, see you through the next gateway. Learn Think with your HiaRT.net